for tonight, and welcome to another video. This is going to be my dual review on Terrifier 2016 and Terrifier 2 2022. So, yeah, let's get into it. And Terrifier was, of course, released in 2016, and this is a very independent horror slasher that features the likes of Art the Clown going ballistic. I watched both of these last night, and I definitely wanted to add them to my horror list. So, these two entries are on my horror list. And our killer is a mime who dresses up as a clown, and he's known simply as Art the Clown. This dude may look harmless, but he ain't. So Terrifier, the main plot, is very, very simple. It's about like these two teenage girls who like came home from like a Halloween party, and they go to like this restaurant just for like a bite to eat. It's actually pizza. And Art the Clown comes in, and he just like starts staring at these two girls, and he like has like this giant trash bag of God knows what. So he starts off harmless at first, but when the girls leave the restaurant, he just literally starts hacking up the pizza store employees. I mean, he decapitates the manager and has like candles in his orifices, and he just goes to town on the other guy. It's very, very graphic, but this is like an old school slasher duology. Just a little bit more graphic. So, the kills are probably like one of the most sadistic that I've seen in any slasher. I'll get into the noteworthy one here in a minute, but these girls get stranded as they decide to go home, and one of the girls is like really, really drunk, and it turns out the main girl, Ish, she needs to call her sister to have her pick them up, and she can't really do that because yeah, she's in college and she had like a test in the morning. So she does agree to come pick them both up, but she comes a little bit too late. So this movie is just taking place in like some kind of like warehouse, and there's not that many characters in here at all. But one of the girls gets captured by Art the Clown, and you get your noteworthy kill. So it's going to be the blonde that gets it. She's like hanging upside down, like bound and gagged, and topless, with only her underwear on. So Art the Clown grabs like a saw, rips off her underwear, and just goes to town from her nether regions to her head. It's, yeah, a little bit red there. So that is definitely the most brutal kill in this movie. So the rest of this movie is just a cat and mouse game to see if the other girl will survive. So yeah, this movie doesn't really have that much of a story, but it does have enough content to talk about. So the other girl, she unfortunately doesn't make it, and Art the Clown just goes ballistic on her. I mean, he starts like stabbing her repeatedly, then like shooting her like repeatedly. I mean, it's just whoa. But as the sister gets there, she finds both of them brutally maimed. And the sister does technically get away, but just on the brink of death, because the police come to like the warehouse and they see Art over her, eating her face, and then you think Art surrenders or he kills these cops. He does something that I did not even see coming. He shoots himself in the head. So they take him away in the morgue, but he comes back and kills the coroner. And that's where this movie ends. So I would give Terrifier, I would probably give it an A. I mean, not as good as the second one, but I'll get into like the second one here in a minute. But Art the Clown could definitely become a new horror icon. And we are waiting for Terrifier 3 to come out next year. So those are my thoughts on the first Terrifier. Moving on to Terrifier 2. And right off the bat, this is a way better movie, and it has more of a story and more of a body count, and definitely more gore. So this takes place a year after the first one, and this begins in the morgue where Art comes back to life. So Art's back, and he is trying to commit more atrocities on Halloween. So we're introduced to like a few new people in here, and our final girl, Sienna, played by Laura Lavera, is definitely the standout in this movie. She is probably one of the best final girls in horror in the past 10 years or so. I really like Sienna as a final girl. She's very, very smart, and she does not take any crap. So she lives with her mom and her brother, and she's kind of like an abusive relationship with her mom, but her brother is questionable in his hobbies as well. So her brother is like into like true crime and murderers and stuff. And he kind of acts like Michael Myers in a way as well, because he's into like dark shit. And his mom is always wondering what's going on with him. Well, one day at school, he finds like a dead possum, and he starts like seeing visions of Art the Clown and like another little girl who is also a demented clown. And it's a really creepy scene. And you know that the brother's visions aren't anything to worry about, because you still have Art the Clown to worry about. Guys, this movie is 2 hours and 18 minutes long, and it's just a gore-filled nightmare. Speaking of a nightmare, let's get into that scene. And it occurs in the beginning, where Sienna has like this dream, and it features Art the Clown. And it takes place at like some kind of carnival-esque setting. And they sing about the Clown Cafe. I'm not going to sing the song here, but Art makes a very brutal appearance, and he like starts giving candy to all these kids. And then they also cut away to like a kid eating Art Krispies, which includes like glass, maggots, crickets, and razor blades. I'm like, what am I watching? But the end of this nightmare happens when Art the Clown gets like a machine gun and just annihilates all these people. And then he sets the girl singing the Clown Cafe on fire. And then the fire erupts in Sienna's room, destroying her costume. Well, her mother doesn't like that, and she wonders why she stays up so late at night working on this costume. And she swears that she didn't know that there was a candle lit. And that's when Sienna like goes into hysterics. And the rest of this movie just features more art and more kills. The body count in this movie is just wow. There has to be at least 50 people who like bit the dust by Art the Clown. And the noteworthy kill in here is the bedroom scene. You know if you know. So it takes place on Halloween, and Art acts like a trick-or-treater, and he gets into like this girl's house, and he like literally starts. He scratched her eye with like a scalpel, and then he scalped her, broke her arm a couple times, split her arm like this, and then just skinned her alive. I'm like, yo. That scene alone made people leave this movie. And it's a pretty sick scene. Well, her mom comes home, and it just doesn't get any better than that. Art the Clown loves decapitation, so he takes the mom's head and puts candy in it and gives it to trick-or-treaters. This dude is messed up. So, yeah. I will admit, the second half of this movie is a little bit slow, but it's just very hard to watch at times because of the gore. But, the whole climax is easily a quarter of the movie because Sienna has to go get her brother from Art the Clown before her brother dies. Well, she does come on top, and she decapitates Art once and for all. So there's also like a mid-credit scene in here that features Chris Jericho, of all people. He is credited, so stay for the mid-credit scene. Well, Victoria is back, and she is even further on the brink of insanity, and she gives birth to Art's head, leading in to Terrifier 3. So, I'm not gonna go much more into this movie. I highly enjoy this movie quite a bit, and I'm glad I rewatched it because I had a lot more fun this time around. This movie alone was like number 6 on my best of 22 movies list last year, and I would honestly give this one an A+. Fantastic, gory movie. So those are my thoughts on Damien Leone's Terrifier and Terrifier 2. Hope you guys enjoyed, and my next video I'm hoping to film soon will be my popular horror books I want to read soon, and I'll also have a Killers of the Flower Moon movie review as well. But that's going to be like a couple days away because I'm going to go to Branson over the weekend, so I'll probably have that out by at least Tuesday-ish. So I'm hoping to like see that on Sunday when I get back. So stay tuned for more. And I'm also hoping to finish the Exorcist book here soon. I also want to do like a book review on that. But otherwise, that's all I got for this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Adios. Peace. Stay spooky. I'm going to go to my tomb and sleep.